Hi everyone, this week we continue our discovery through John chapter 12 from verse 27. And I've really enjoyed discovering John. Jesus would perform a sign to attract the crowds, and it's in that physical, like feeding 5,000 men plus women and children with 2 fish and 5 loaves, and this physical nourishment that he brought. They were satisfied, but then start speaking about living bread, and it's the woman at the well and a conversation with her about water and then living water, and the conversation with Nicodemus about a spiritual birth. And this is what Jesus did. We live in a physical world, but what's happening in our spiritual lives? And everything God created somehow has this pattern of growth, and it's no different for us spiritually. And I look at John chapter 12 and I just see Jesus ministering to his people, and some believe, and there's a spiritual awakening, and there's a belief. But then there are those that kind of believe, but they are scared of the crowd. The Pharisees kind of have control over them, and so they're scared to proclaim their belief in Jesus because what that could mean for them. And then there are those who just don't believe. But I love in verse 40, as John talks about the prophecies being fulfilled by the way these men and women are responding to Jesus. It's a promise that says, "And I will bring healing." That is the God we serve. And I pray that in your group this year, you have experienced that. That your belief and your spiritual growth leads to some healing, where spiritually you are connected to God. Spiritually, you're walking in the light, and it's in that light that you become a light in the community. It's really powerful, and it's in that we have Jesus that will be our Savior, not our judge on this last day. And so as we continue to gather into year end and in the new year, I want to reflect on what happened when the early church kept growing. As your group grows, just like the early church grew, I'm reminded that Paul continued to write to them and say there are two things that often came up in his letters: love and unity. And so let's remain united. Let's keep loving one another, because we will be amazed what God will do through each one of us. Have a great time with the family in the next week, and I look forward to Jeremy sharing with us more over the next few weeks.